What would you say business owners really need to pay attention to when they are choosing the right, business strategy or agency or consultant to help them, choose the right one?
It's hard. It's hard because a lot of times we're hiring the person, which we think makes sense. Like, oh, well, we get along with them, so that would be good. But sometimes that person doesn't necessarily have the skills to deliver. And so you're looking for that balance of somebody who you both want to work with, that you want to be in the room with, and also has that level of delivery so that you're not being uh, wooed by just the personality and the smartness and the wow. And it's not easy to find. I have to tell you, we have this new startup, ThinkersOne, and part of what we're doing here is outsourcing everything. We don't really have any employees. It's all about engaging with agency partners, which we know is a more expensive strategy, but it just keeps us sane. Meaning, I don't have somebody here asking me what to do today. I can just pass that off to agency work. And it's been fascinating to be on the other side and pitch agencies and speak to people and engage with them and see how much has changed in 10 years, how much hasn't changed in 10 years. And it's something we grapple with, where people are very eloquent and they present very well. And then you get into the work and it's okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's okay. Then you meet people who you're not sure and you give them a chance and they're head down and doing the work. And you think, oh, that's interesting. And I reflect back on the fact that we had many agency partners, we had many freelancers and people who worked in the spaces and not in the spaces. Some were good, some weren't good. I don't know that anybody has cracked the code on what makes a great partner. You want to make sure you could work with them. You want to make sure that they can deliver, and you want to make sure that what they deliver is a notch above what you would be able to do yourself. What does that look like for everybody in every industry and every personality type? I have no clue, but it is a constant challenge.
What is the biggest mistakes you've seen businesses actually make when they've outsourced to an agency, would you say?
They're hiring for the personality. They're hiring because they've seen results from a white paper or examples from the past from another business. The biggest one is they're usually hiring on price. Price is a pretty bad one. I've seen people for not a lot of money deliver great results, and I've seen people you pay a ton of money to and there's not great results. So you have to figure out, what the right balance is there. Yeah, I mean, it's a really hard question to answer because I always find myself looking at everything as project based. So the only advice I could give, which I'm just completely stealing, I think from Seth Godin, is I believe he wrote somewhere, I don't know if I want to work with you until I work with you. So what does that mean? Maybe it means instead of putting up an RFP and having you do a bunch of free work and then me choosing one person out of a whole cattle call of people, what if I gave 2 or 3 agencies a real project with real money and saw what the results were? So now we're working together. I'm paying you what you want to be paid. And I'm trying to figure out in that moment if I want to pay you more, what the results are. I like that approach a lot more. It seems to be the one working best. And it does seem to weed out a lot of the partners that don't work with that. It takes, you're spending money and time on these things, but that's what it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that I also find the hardest is when you are outsourcing. I mean, people can say anything they want really on a white paper or on case studies. I mean, I know that there's a lot of fabrication and stuff like that there.
Yeah, pay them.
So I wonder, have you ever come across like blatant telltale signs that there's a fabrication there with regards to case studies that people maybe have on their sites or white papers or anything?
I think we all overhype, as I was clear in admitting to today, that it's not that I get calls all day from Shopify and Starbucks. It's that they were doing an event and they wanted me to speak to their audience. They call me and it's great. And hopefully they call me back and that's quite lovely.
Sure.
I jokingly cut you off and I apologize, but I said pay them. And it is true that if you think somebody is going to do what they claimed in a case study for you and you like everything you're hearing, do a couple $1,000 project with them. And then see. You'll know very quickly how quickly they respond, how quickly you get a contract, how quickly you're set up in their payment, how quickly they get things going, where the ideas are coming from, how are they engaging with you with client service. I mean, in the span of 3 days, I got the beat. I know how this is going to play out. And look, I can even forego all of that if the result is amazing on top of that. Usually, those first few things are very telling, and they usually mean what we think they mean.